After you complete your traffic, please return the net to the NCS station, which again tonight is W5DMH. I've already taken a bunch of short time check-ins, so we're going to throw it out there one more time for any short time check-ins. Call now to Whiskey 5, Delta Mike Hotel. No short times heard. We're going to go ahead and take regular check-ins. Any additional regular check-ins, call now.
Net Control, here is Kilo 8 Oscar Bravo, Bill, Macomb County.
Gotcha, Bill. Glad to have you with us. Anybody else want to check into the Midwest Prepper Report Net? Call now. Well, nobody else is checking in, so we're going to go ahead and kick her off. We're going to roll up to the top. Kilo Delta 8, Yankee Zulu Victor Mike out of Mecosta County. I gave you the pole position tonight because it was a tie between the three of you guys. So you get the pole once again tonight. So what is the status in Mecosta County tonight?
Thank you, Dan. This is Mike in Mecosta, KD8YZV. Caught me napping there. I was busy on the side doing something on the computer. You almost walked past me. Hey, there was a double or triplet or something in there. A very faint station was trying to check in a couple of minutes ago. I don't know if you heard it, but for whatever it's worth. I'm going to report green for Mecosta County. I am, however, going to point out that the shelving space allotted to products does continue to get smaller and smaller, which is kind of concerning. I mean, they're able to fill it, but where there used to be 20 bottles or something, now there's 5. So that, like I say, that is very concerning to see. Otherwise, everything is green here, okay. Fuel prices are around $3.45. No other problems to report with that. So I'm going to send it back to Net Control, W5DMH from KD8YZV.
KD8YZV from W5DMH. Mike, we've got you at 10 over tonight. Good solid signal. The meter's not lying to me for once, which is kind of odd. Thank you for that green report out of Mecosta County. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm seeing some of that shelving issue in some of the stores that I go to too. With that, we're going to roll down to Mike out of Lake County, KE8 EMA. Mike, what's the status up in Lake County tonight?
Good evening, Dan, and all our fellow hams on the net tonight. This is Mike in Lake County in the northwest quarter of the Lower Peninsula, Kilo Echo 8, Echo Mike Alpha. I'm going to report a solid green as usual, Dan. I know the shelving issue you guys are talking about has not really affected us too much up here. But we typically only have, Walmart and Meijer for major shopping up here for food supplies. Gas is about the same as Mike from Mecosta reported, around $3.45. When it filled up twice today, I drove about a 4-hour round trip. So it seems to be pretty consistent and no domestic disturbances of any kind. So basically green and safe, and everybody seems to be pretty happy up here. So back to Dan, Net Control at W5DMH.
KE8 EMA from W5DMH. Mike up in Lake County reporting green. Mike, appreciate you taking the time to check in tonight. And we had you at about a 5 over signal. Good audio, good copy, no problem there. With that, we're going to roll down to Sparky out of Montcalm County, KE8 FDT. Sparky, what's the status in Montcalm County tonight?
Yeah, Sparky K8 FDT. Everything seems to be green. Haven't made any problem with store shells, but the rest of the shopping this week, so I guess I'd be more oblivious to it. I did notice gas around our place, around Greenville, is 318, and I shoot 345, and I'm thinking we're lucky, but I'll take it where I can. Just on the two that will be better. But I've been doing a lot of stuff on the house, trying to just get ready for summer and whatnot. But other than that, Dan, back to you and K8 FTT. Just I'm up here for the second round because I'm trying to catch some ribs on the grill and do a few other things at the same time. So just like everything's green, and I'll be checking next week. Back to you, Dan.
KE8 FTT from W5DMH. Well, thanks for joining us tonight, Sparky, and thanks for the green report from Montcalm County. Signal strength was about 5 over, good audio. You were kind of wandering with the band a little bit, but it was more like compression wandering rather than fade. Kind of weird, but no problem with your copy. Good copy all the way through. With that, we're going to drop down to Lance out of Jackson County. He reported green on an early check-in. I'm going to throw it out to him, see if he's still with us. Kilo 8, Lima, Charlie, Sierra. Lance, you still with us? Negative copy on Kilo 8 LCS, and we're going to drop down to KEA QCG, Ron out of Clare County. Ron, what's the status over there in Clare County tonight?
Good evening, everybody. I'm going to report currently conditions here in Clare County are green. Gas, when I last saw it here before the weekend, the cheapest price up here was $3.29 a gallon, but then, I ended up driving down into Mecosta County for the weekend for a mud bog event, and there were stations along the way, they were up a lot more expensive, so I guess sometimes Clare County can be a little bit, expensive for that, but other than that, nothing more to add. I did want to throw out a question, something that I had seen on, I don't remember where it was, just in some headlines of something about the petrodollar expiring tomorrow with Saudi Arabia, and I was just curious if anybody had any information on that, and if anybody has done any more research. With that, I'll return it to W5DMH from KEAQCG.
KEAQCG from W5DMH. Well, thank you, Ron, for taking a moment to join us tonight and the green report for Clare County. I'm unaware of the petrodollar thing, but maybe some of the other listeners or net participants are up to speed on that. I'm kind of embarrassed that I'm not. Now I'm going to have to dig into that after the net tonight. With that, we're gonna signal strength. You were 10 over, rock solid audio. Good. We had a little bit of fade there towards the end, but aside from that, you were great. Full copy, no problem there. With that, we're gonna drop down to K8OB, Bill out of Macomb County. Bill, what's the status down there in Macomb County tonight?
Good evening, everyone on frequency. Here's K8OB, Bill in Macomb County. Not much to report down here, Dan. I would have to say the status is green. Fuel's ready and available. It's $3.16 a gallon is the cheapest I've seen it down here currently, and it's ready and available. No travel restrictions. And I don't have a grocery store report for you this week. The wife just actually got home, and she's getting ready to head out here shortly and go pick up some groceries. So, and I don't have any info on the petrol situation either, as the other guy mentioned. So, but other than that, that's about all I got, Dan. It's K8OB, back to net control.
K8OB from W5DMH, rock solid signal there as always, Bill. Appreciate the green report down in Macomb County. I can't believe you found gas for $3.16 a gallon. I'm seeing it for $3.29 all over the place around my area. And obviously other guys, in the other areas are seeing different prices, but man, $3.16, that's awesome. We appreciate taking the time to check in. Signal strength was, off the charts, 25, 30 over. And the audio was full quieting, which is just outstanding. Always love to have that signal on the radio. Thanks for joining us, Bill. And with that, we're going to, I guess I'll give a Lapeer report. So for me, Lapeer is green and Lapeer County is green. And I can report $3.29 a gallon was what I saw for fuel as of yesterday. Store shelves are kind of spotty, hit and miss. So we're going to switch over to live chat now. We've got Dave and Sonia reporting $3.35 a gallon for Lapeer County and reporting Lapeer County green as well. Then we've got, they asked a question, and this is another one for round two. Has anyone heard about the Russian ships close to Cuba supposedly performing trials? We've got Sarah on the live chat. Sarah Wol, I don't know how to pronounce that. Wolosian. I think that's close. And then we've got Tammy out of Genesee County reporting green. She's seeing missing food items on the shelves as well, and they paid $3.09 a gallon for gas yesterday. Outstanding. We've got Sid out of Asante County, Minnesota, reporting green. Gas is $2.98 a gallon there. We're always jealous of his gas prices. And store shelves well stocked and no issues. And Sid is reporting that he did hear about the ships, the Russian ships in the Caribbean. And Patrick 7 out of Fenton is on. Hey, all new here, blah, blah. Coming in from Fenton. Anyone following the EU elections? And another thing for round two. Saudi 50-year contract is up and oil may no longer be sold in U.S. dollars. That's what the petrodollar is all about. I'll be surprised if that changes, but it might. You never know. And then Lapeer gas is $3.29 here. Sarah is reporting out of Lapeer County. And mostly stock minus barbecue stuff, but okay. Yeah, I kind of get that. Okay, so that wraps up the chat side of things, and we're going to roll back up to the top of the net. KD8 YZV, anything additional for the net or on any of those topics that just got introduced?
Wow, how long do we have? This is Mike McCosta, KD8 YZV. Yes, certainly yes to the Russian ships in the Cuban area. They are planning on military exercises there, and obviously it affects their muscle. The situation with the petrodollar, yes, that was coming to an end. We will see how quickly our friends over in Saudi Arabia, and I say that sarcastically, do dump us. Eventually, I think it'll happen, but we'll see how quickly, because we, of course, have defense treaties with them that are based on that petrodollar. So if they drop us too quickly, we can drop our treaties with them to defend them for whatever that's worth. As far as the European situation, the Dutch Prime Minister was attacked today. Not too many more details. Seem to survive it, but there's a lot of chaos going on in the world, I guess I'll say, and I had the privilege today to conduct another class. This one was on nuclear preparedness. Plus, I've been invited back, like you, Dan, for several radio classes. So, I guess I'm staying busy over here, like you, being invited to these various groups to speak. With that, I am going to send it back to you, Dan, W5DMH from KD8 YZV. Oh, by the way, Bill, you're both, you and Dan, you're only on my meter showing me 5 over, yet it seems like you're 30 over as far as your audio quality. Okay, back to Dan.
Thank you for that. W5DMH here, KD8 YZV. Appreciate that additional input. Sarah, sorry about that. I didn't realize that was you. So Sarah on the live chat, I'm stumbling all over her last name because I didn't actually know her last name. I actually know her by a different name, but I do have the right Sarah, so that's awesome. Let's see. We're going to drop down to Mike out of Lake County, KE8 EMA. Anything additional for the net or on the topics that we're covering out of the live chat and that Mike just covered?
No, this is Kilo Echo 8 back on myself. I'm Mike from Lake County. Nothing to add, Dan. Just interesting to pay attention to what Mike was saying about the things going on over there. I haven't been around much on the news this weekend to figure out what's going on in the world, so it's good to have some updates. Other than that, nothing new for me. Still green here in the north. Gas prices still, like what everybody else has been saying, around the 340, 350 mark. So other than that, nothing new. And back to Dan at Net Control.
Roger, KE8EMA from W5DMH. Well, thanks again for joining us tonight, Mike. And we're going to drop all the way down to Ron out of Clare County, Kilo Echo 8, Quebec, Charlie Golf. Anything additional for the net or on topics?
No, well, as far as topics go, I know with the Russian ships there, I know a Forward Observer did report on that, I think either Thursday or Friday, and, the Russians did give clear indication of, hey, this is just an exercise. We're not up to shenanigans, but yeah, you never know. But it's with everything, all of the topics tonight are all good ones to keep an eye on, I believe. As far as signal reports go, everybody's coming in loud, clear, no problems. Anybody, everybody's coming in between S9 and like you, Dan, you're 20 over, and everybody else is right in between there somewhere. So with that, I'll send it back to W5DMH from KE8QCG.
KE8QCG from W5DMH. Well, it's funny where you were giving out the signal report, all of a sudden you had a big fade that brought you down to like S2 on my meter, but you snapped right back. So, but your signal's still rock solid. Good, strong signal out of Clare County. So appreciate you taking the time to check in, Ron. Glad to see you again. And with that, we're going to drop down to Bill, K8OB out of Macomb County. Bill, anything additional for the net tonight?
Thanks, Dan. No, I don't have anything else really to add. I just want to say thanks for always hosting the net. And as usual, you got a banging signal. You're pushing 30, 35 over. And I once again have an S9 noise floor tonight. So go figure, but you're well over the top of it. And so is mostly everybody else. So that's about all I got, Dan. Thanks, and back to you.
K8OB from W5DMH. Yeah, still running a rock solid signal out of Macomb County. Best in the state. Always love that signal because it's like listening to FM radio coming from Bill. I do have a public service announcement for everybody. I will be speaking at the We the County meeting at the Brentwood and Caro on Thursday night. Doing the normal radio speeches that I normally give. The difference this time around will be I will be promoting GMRS and probably demoing the new GMRS repeater because I'm pretty sure I can trip that repeater from inside the Brentwood and Caro. So that should be interesting. And then on the 27th, I will be doing a We the County meeting in Bad Axe for Huron County. So the one I'm doing Thursday is for Tuscola County, and then I'm doing one at the end of the month on the 27th for Huron County as well. And hopefully we can introduce them to some GMRS as well. I don't have anything else from my end. I'm going to throw it out there for any late check-ins, any late lagging check-ins for the Midwest Prepper Report Net. Call now to Whiskey 5 Delta Mike Hotel.
KCH-URB, Don from Gladwin.
Leonard, ABE-2. I think it's 68 Delta Mike Hotel. This is Leonard, ABE-2 in Oakland County. Dan?
Okay, we got like three of you guys piling on top of each other. There was one out of Gladwin, so let's start with you. Can you come back?
KCH-URB, Don, I'm out of Gladwin.
Okay, Don, I got you in the lineup. Let me go to the next one. There was one out of Oakland County. Can you come back to me from Oakland County?
Yes, this is Leonard, ABE-2 in Oakland County.
Leonard, the Leonard that I know, can you repeat that call sign, please?
Alpha Delta 8 Foxtrot Kilo.
I don't know how I keep mistaking F's for S's today, but I got it in there. Kilo Delta 8 Foxtrot Kilo, Leonard out of Oakland County. There is one more out there. Can you give me a shout? Okay, I'm not hearing that other one. So, Don out of Gladwin County, KCA, URV. This is Whiskey 5 Delta Mike Hotel, based out of Mayville, Michigan, over in the Thumb. Are you joining the net because you stumbled onto it, or have you heard about the net and wanted to jump in?
I heard about the net, and I was going to jump in here last week, and I didn't make it because things happened. But yeah, I was informed by the command that the net was here.
Well, fantastic, Don. Have you been listening to the net tonight? You understand the format, or would you like a little bit of an explanation?
I was listening to it for a while. Our color here, I guess, is green. Our gas is about 330, and right at the moment, our wallet charter is all down.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? Right at the moment, your what is down?
Charter communications is all down through this whole area right now.
So is that just internet, or is that cellular too?
I think the wind knocked their lines down, so I think it's everything that's on their cable.
Wow. So I would call that yellow instead of green, but I hope you get that back soon. Appreciate you checking in with us tonight out of Gladwin, Michigan. I got a good signal on you. You're running S9 on my meter and good audio. What was I going to give you? I was going to give you something else. I can't think of what it is. Anything else to
Like I say, the gas is about 330, and we got some pretty good winds right now. That's about it.
Yeah, Roger. We're getting winds down here in Mayville as well. Okay, Don, well, thanks for joining us tonight out of Gladwin, Michigan, reporting greenish, kind of maybe light green, maybe even a little bit yellow due to lost internet for charter communications there. That's KC8 URV. Don, look forward to hopefully seeing you again next Sunday. And we also do this net at 7 p.m. on Wednesday nights as well. Same frequency, same time. With that, we're going to drop down to Kilo Delta 8, Foxtrot Kilo, Leonard out of Oakland County, my buddy Leonard. Glad to see you made it with us tonight. What's the status down in Oakland County tonight?
Well, things are looking green. Here, we've had local power outages, but I have not been affected here. And we were able to get gas and groceries all right. But I came down a little late because my wife wanted me to listen about the invasion of Cuba by Russia there. So I see you guys are on top of it, as I expected. And I didn't catch it all. But anyway, that's the report here from Oakland County, from Madison Heights in particular. And I'll send it back over you there, Dan. 88SK.
88SK from W5DMH. Well, thanks for taking a moment and joining us tonight, Leonard. Maybe we'll see you on Wednesday night as well out of Oakland County, reporting green. We appreciate that. One more time for any late check-ins. One more time for late check-ins, call Whiskey 5, Delta Mike Hotel.
Whiskey 5, Delta Mike Hotel. This is K8RWM.
K8RWM, do you have a name in the county, please?
Yes, the name is Rick. I'm in Macomb County, Chesterfield Township.
Fantastic, Rick. I think you're a first-timer, right?
That is correct. I just happened to stumble on this. I was on the Michigan Wolverine net, and band conditions weren't too good, so they ended quickly. And then as I was changing frequency, I heard this, and it sounded like another Michigan net, but I don't know what it is. But certainly coming in strong and clear, obviously close by. So I was just wondering if somebody could give me an update as to what this net is and what it's all about. K8RWM, back to that.
K8RWM from W5DMH. I'm up here in Mayville, Michigan, and I run the Midwest Prepper Report Net, which is basically a county-by-county status net for Michigan and surrounding states, although we've had check-ins as far as West Virginia and Maine and Iowa and stuff like that. We tend to stay more focused on Michigan, Ohio, and Illinois, Indiana, and maybe a little bit of Wisconsin. And basically the format is red, yellow, green for your county, and green being everything being copacetic. Fuel is available, food is available, store shelves are well stocked. There's no restrictions on anything. Commercial power is available. Commercial water and services are all available. Yellow would be that there's an issue with any one of those. Like the fella just called in from Gladwin County, and they're experiencing a countywide internet outage. That would be a yellow. You can still function. You're not being restricted in any way, shape, or form, but you've got a problem. Store shelves being empty or fuel being unavailable might be yellow or even up to red. Restrictions like lockdowns, travel restrictions, and all that kind of stuff, that would be a red status. So each county calls in a red, yellow, green status for their area. If it's not green, then they report as to why it's not green and give us some detail, like the fellow in Gladwin who reported countywide charter communication outage. So that's pretty much the format, Rick, out of Macomb County, K8RWM. So with that, you want to give us a color status for Macomb County tonight?
Yeah, Roger on that. The color status for Macomb County is green, unless you include traffic obstruction. Then I could argue it might be something else. And having the second day of the air show at Selfridge kind of bottleneck certain areas around here. But that show is now ended for this year, so things should be improving out there. But earlier, just trying to make it to the hospital to see a friend, it was pretty tough at some of the mile roads in this area because of that air show. I think it exceeded expectations as far as attendance went, and it sure caused bottlenecks. But otherwise, everything's good. With that, back to that K8RWM.
K8RWM from W5DMH. Well, rock solid signal out of Macomb County. I got you to 5 to 10 over. Good audio. Thank you for your green report from Macomb County. We're going to throw it out there one more time for any late check-ins. Call now.
Dan, you might want to mention to him your website.
Good point. There was no check-ins out there. And just for your edification, Rick, there is a website. It's called offgridcoms.com. So it's offgridcoms.com. And there you can find the net schedule. We live stream the net out on YouTube. And we also run 2-meter nets. And I think probably in a week, we're going to start a GMRS net. Because we also run a GMRS repeater out of Mayville, Michigan. So with that, I'm going to throw it out there for the rest of the group for anything they want to throw out there. Any other additional traffic, call now. No additional traffic heard, so we're going to return the frequency back to its previous use. Call the ball on the net. This is the Midwest Prepper Report Net closing. I am Whiskey 5 Delta Mike Hotel, Dan in Mayville, Michigan, and I am going to say 7-3 to everybody on the live chat as well as on the air. 7-3 to everybody, and I will be clear upon your finals.
This is KD8YZV. 73s, everybody. It's always great to hear everybody out there. Clear.
This is Kate OB, 73 all. Kate OB clear. This is KE8QCG, 73s, and hope to see you on Sunday, or Wednesday. Today is Sunday. Everyone have a good night. This is AB8FK, 773. QRB, 73s to everyone, and we'll see you Wednesday night.